When students are learning for a purpose or a reason or something that connects with their lives, they're more engaged. They're more invested in their learning. They ask questions, they want to find answers. And that's what we want, right? We want curious, engaged world citizens. They enjoy working together, and they enjoy coming in and communicating with one another in German and being with each other and the community that we formed in the classroom. That they focus more on that than on grades or saying something wrong.
In German, it's always about like the language building and like being able to communicate with our peers. Like the idea of grades in German, it's kind of out of mind because you're just thinking about talking in German and being able to communicate better, and I'm thankful for it.
It's more about like what we do over like a longer period of time, because we don't have that many like tests, and when we do, they're never like vocabulary tests. They're always like, how well can you like demonstrate like how much you've grown and like how well you understand like what we're doing.
I'm always thinking on my feet. I like that challenge, and I also like that the environment is so welcoming that I'm not afraid to make mistakes. I really appreciate that. I get to know everyone in the class, and I feel comfortable talking to just about everyone. Sometimes I'll just like catch myself thinking in German or something like that, or I'll just start randomly saying stuff in German to people, if they know German or not. It just feels natural. It feels a lot more natural to me now than in the past, and it's a good feeling, and I know that I've learned a lot from being able to do that.
They're truly listening to one another and reacting, and that's what communication is all about. But they enjoy being around each other, and they enjoy challenging each other with a probing question, and I think that's where the joy happens. For many years, I've been focusing on communication in my class, so there's always been that element. The circle talk has been a really great instrument for facilitating equity of voice. Students use an object, so in my class they used a bear, a stuffed animal bear, to designate who's speaking. And they took turns asking questions and contributing and inviting each other into the conversation. And creating that kind of an environment where a whole class can communicate like that, I would say that was something that changed through this project.
In my opinion, I tend to be better when working in groups because I prefer talking to people. Being able to like work with somebody else while still staying on task is helpful, which is why I like circle talks, because while staying on task, we get to like talk and have fun with each other.
Wat is deine Lieblingsfigur in Warum? Nick, Nico?
Ich denke, dass Grüntheis ist ein Mann und ist mir ein guter Mann und
Denkst du, ist ein Dieb?
vielleicht.
Vielleicht?
Ich denke, dass ist ein Mann und braucht Geld und
Für Kaffee?
für Kaffee
Okay.
und für Straßenbahn und so. Ist alt und braucht Geld.
Aber Emil braucht Geld auch für sein Studium.
Das ist nicht gut für
Aber
Emil, weil Grundheit ist an der Zug und braucht Geld von Emil.
It's important to consider multiple perspectives on an issue and not to assume something without having all of the information. And I think that came out clear in this discussion today.
When we are discussing a certain topic, people use like what they already know to kind of like answer the question. So like, should young kids like travel alone? That's kind of like the big theme of the book. It's like interesting because some people have experienced it, some people haven't, so it's interesting to see like what they think.
It's important to be able to get that skill of being able to explain your thoughts and what you read with a group in another language, and being able to kind of problem solve and work around words that you might not know. That's a really important skill.
I think it connected on a number of levels, like as a language learner, developing their identity as a language learner and communicator, not being shy about talking to somebody, being more patient when trying to share something that someone else might not understand right away, taking risks, not being afraid to make mistakes. And there were lots of mistakes, and that was okay, but they felt comfortable to do that. And so I think that's really important. They're going to take these skills with them and apply them in different situations so they're transferable.
We just have to like adapt, and I feel like that's kind of like what language is, like adapting to like certain aspects. Like there's like the culture and like the actual language and like what we can do like with the language that like makes it so interesting.
Any language class, you really have to do a lot of partner talk because you work with like that interpersonal communicating within that language. So I think that's how it could relate to somebody's life, just like being able to practice that new language while including the fact that you have to talk with other people and socialize.
I'm so excited for what's going to happen, what can happen, the potential when more educators braid in Building Muhammad's learning pursuits and see what our students can do. It's amazing.